Hey YouTube, it's MIgardener! Calling all gardeners. If you guys want to grow big or go home, follow me this year. It's going to be such a sweet year. I know that it's obviously almost February, but guess what? I'm starting some seeds today. I'm super excited to show you guys what I got going for you guys today. I got my lights up and running. I got 2 more coming on. I just need to get some mogul adapters, and then I got those lights running. I got some seed trays. I got some heat mats. I got tons of seeds. I'm ready to show you guys what I got planned for you this year. So stay tuned. I'm going to show you what's growing on. The Holy Seed Bank. This is everything that I've been saving up and from you guys from the seed giveaway. I am so excited to start planting some of this stuff. So first off, I'd like to twist this around here so I can show you that everything is alphabetical order, starting from arugula and ending in watermelon. And all these varieties are tomatoes, thanks to you guys. I will be planting some peppers today. I am super excited to get some peppers in the ground because last year peppers were the first thing I planted and they turned out really nice. So I'm going to get some seeds out. I'm going to show you what I'll be planting today. Alright, so due to the miracle of editing, I'm ready to plant the first plants of 2012. Yeah, I planted stuff before, but that was just silly stuff to keep my mind occupied. This stuff is going in the garden, and I'm super excited. So you know what I'm going to ask you? I'm going to ask you a question to put in the comment box below. When do you start your plants? Because personally, I love starting my plants early because I love watching stuff grow. But a lot of people will say, wow, you know, that's a long time to keep stuff indoors. It's going to get all overgrown. Do I care? No. I love watching stuff grow. So I want to know when you guys start your plants. And don't worry if you start it, if you just admit that you buy them from the store and you don't even start them, that's fine. At least you're growing something. And it's totally cool. And maybe this year can be the year that you can actually start some stuff. So hopefully, by watching this, you'll get the jitters and you'll want to plant stuff too. So, getting started. Rutgers tomato. Sweet cherry pepper. Jalapeno pepper. Italian heirloom. I don't know the name, so it'll be a surprise, but I know it's an Italian heirloom. California wonder peppers. Giant Marconi peppers. Sweet banana peppers. From mypatriotsupply.com, by the way. And Roma tomatoes. So let's get started with planting. So first I'm going to plant the sweet cherry peppers. Now, sweet cherry peppers are really great if you're not into hot peppers, but they're also really great if you like profuse plants. I grew them last year and I fell in love with them. I only grew 1 plant and I wish I would have grown more because they were so profuse and they were literally the sweetest pepper I think I've ever tasted. So as I'm putting stuff in, I'm just going to give you kind of a brief summary of the seeds that I'm putting in here to maybe inspire you guys to plant what I'm planting. Now you guys don't have to copy me, but it gives you a good idea. Next I'm going to plant the giant Marconi. Giant Marconis are a rather large pepper. They're kind of a mix between a green pepper and like a red chili. They're kind of a mild flavor, and they don't have a lot of heat, but they're mild to say the least. They get really large. They occasionally will top about 6 inches long, but generally they go about 4 to 5 inches, and that's where they stop. And they are probably one of the bigger peppers that I've grown. I grew them last year and I didn't get a lot of yield, so I decided this year I'm going to grow a few more and decided to space them out a little bit less than I had them last year. Next is the California wonder pepper, and I actually put the wrong tag in. Wow. Okay, so clumsy me. Okay, so California Wonder Pepper. It's a pretty large bell pepper, but if you're looking for an easy pepper to grow, I would suggest just going with a regular bell pepper. They are a tad bit more finicky, and I know a lot of people that have grown them and said they haven't gotten impressive yields. I didn't have bad yields, but I probably could have had better. So, like I did with the giant Marconis, I'm going to try them one more year, give them one more shot. I know a lot of people say a lot of good about them too, not just bad. So I'm going to at least give them one more shot, and then we'll go from there. But they're about the same size as your average bell pepper, and so you're really not at a loss if you can't get the seeds. They're fairly easy to come by if you look online, but I know a lot of big box stores that don't carry them, so they can be a bit of a challenge. So, onward and upward, we're going to move on to the next seed. Up next is the jalapeno pepper. A pretty prolific producer. They come in both mild and hot. I really like the mild variety because they have a little bit more uses. You just got to use more of them if you're going to make a hotter dish. They do have some heat. They're fairly hot, even their mild form, but nothing too hot. And I would also say that anyone who likes to grow a really, really big producing pepper, the jalapeno variety in general is a really good choice. They tend to be a little more heat resistant as well, so you're not going to have issues when it gets in the heat of summer with them dropping their blossoms. And they'll also produce in the spring and fall because they are a fairly well-rounded pepper, I would say. And probably one of my more favorite to grow, just because of the immense amount that they put out and the fact that they look pretty cool and stuff. They are grown green and picked green, but they can be ripened to red if you like a red pepper. And so that is the jalapeno. And next I'm going to do a sweet banana pepper. Now these are really awesome packets that I got from mypatriotsupply.com. There, you got a little bit of glare, so I'll show you up close. This is a sweet banana pepper. There's a fair amount of seeds in here. And I think it says 90 seeds, but I'm not too sure on that. I think it is 90 seeds though. Alright, so now that I got this packet open, the packet is it's kind of a, it's like one of those MREs almost, or if you open up a mac and cheese cheese container that the powdered cheese comes in, it's a lot like that on the inside. It's kind of just like a plastic, it's kind of like a plastic material with a holographic inside. And I don't know the technical term, but it definitely keeps the light out to keep the light off your seeds. And what's even better is the fact that if I can get it out, inside of the thing, they're in another Ziploc baggie. So it's really great. And also, this has a zipper on it as well, so you can zip it back up. So I'm going to grab some seeds out of here. And again, this is the sweet banana pepper. And the sweet banana pepper is a fairly good producing variety. Not one of the better ones, but it's definitely a really good pepper to grow if you're into sweet varieties. I myself really like sweet peppers because I'm not much of a hot pepper fan, but I will grow the sweet banana peppers for pickling, which they're great in. Also, I have grown sweet banana peppers to put on salads and subs, but if you're looking for a really good sub pepper, I would definitely suggest the not the giant Marconi, the pepperoncini, which I don't have any seeds of, but if you are interested, I know Ray Browning may have some. I'm not sure if he's giving any away on his seed exchange, but as far as I know, he probably is because he grew them. but I don't have any extra because I grew them last year. So the next thing I will be growing is the Rutgers tomato. The Rutgers tomato is a extremely profuse producer. If you'd like to see a great example, Bobby over at MIgardener, he's got some excellent examples of a Rutgers tomato. He loves the Rutgers, and he does an excellent job at them too. But the Rutgers is a determinate variety, meaning that it only gets to a certain height, so it's really good in that aspect if you have limited space. It also is a very profuse producer, and one thing that I will add though is that a lot of times you tend to get all of your tomatoes at once. So if you like that type of tomato, well then this is a really good type of tomato for that. It's a pretty good all-around tomato, great on sandwiches, salads. I use it a lot on burgers because it's got that juice, but yet it's got a lot of crispy flesh too. So it's not too much gush, which is what a lot of people get turned off by. And I might add though that it is a really healthy tomato as well, tomato variety. It is pretty disease resistant, not saying that it is completely disease resistant, but for the most part it can hold up a little bit better than most tomatoes, I noticed. Well, at least in my garden. That might not be the way in your garden, so don't hold me to that, but from what I found when I grew them last year, they were very they had a lot of vigor. And so I'll be now planting the Roma tomato. And the Roma tomato is just your classic paste tomato. Most everyone's heard of it. You can get them in pretty much every grocery store, and it's probably one of the more popular tomatoes out there. It's a real fun one to grow though, because the ones that they have in the store are usually hydroponic and or hothouse grown, so they don't have as much flavor as you would from a garden grown tomato, which is pretty typical with every tomato, I might say, that that you'd grow, is that they generally will have a lot more flavor. But the Roma specifically, I don't know what it is about the Roma variety, but when you plant them in your garden and you get a couple tomatoes and you compare them, the stuff from the store, I mean, isn't even close to comparable. It tastes almost watered down, and it's almost mealy, as if it was dropped and then tried to be resurrected. So it's a good tomato to grow if you use it a lot, because you don't want to have to get them from the store, trust me. And also it's great in pastes. It's great for making pizza sauce, just regular tomato paste, spaghetti sauce, and it's a really great all-around tomato. I use it in salads as well. It's pretty good. And last but not least is the Italian heirloom tomato. I got this tomato from a friend who actually cuts my hair, and her dad is of Italian descent, and so, well, their whole family is actually, and so he got these tomatoes when he went to Italy a while back, and he's been growing them in his garden, and so she had some in her house, and she said, well, Luke, do you want some tomatoes to try growing next year? And I said, wow, yeah, I'd love to. And the tomato seeds are really large compared to most tomato seeds. They're a extremely vigorous plant from what I did see. I have not grown them yet. This is my first year growing them, but I saw some pictures of them in his garden that she showed me, and they're just a very profuse producer. They are they're native to Italy, apparently. I mean, I don't know if that's totally true because he got it from a farmer over in Italy, so I would assume there would be some truth to it. But they are indeterminate, and so they're going to be a really fun one to grow this year. I also would add that it's going to be one of your paste varieties, so if you can get your hands on a similar variety, I don't really know what the name's called, but I'm assuming it'll be kind of like a Roma or a San Marzano variety, but it'll be a true Italian tomato, not like the quote-unquote Italian tomatoes that they like to try to sell you in the store. These are the real deal. So I'm going to panty back out so we can close this up. So hopefully you learned something. Hopefully you've been just totally blown away by the amount that I'm starting early. Hopefully you'll answer my question, and hopefully you guys will definitely be inspired to grow something early. I find it super fun and just to watch it grow indoors. You guys might think totally different, and that's totally okay by me. So I think I said totally enough. So we are totally going to end this video. Until next time, remember to grow big or go home. See you, YouTube. Bye. Before I leave, I thought I'd show you guys the setup here that I got going on. And it's pretty cool. So I just thought I'd show you guys this. It's nothing big, but it is something new. And I will have the this other two over there hanging from that, and I will replace that right there. And they're going to go down there underneath the tables to start some seedlings. And then I'm going to have my big plants up here.